Let's give, like, YouTube its hot minute to get everything all up and running. Realistically, what I should be doing is, I can't believe that I'm only, like, not even halfway through Season 2 yet. I had looked to be a little bit further along the progression in this, but man, honestly, like, trying to be able to do this after, like, finishing up work and then coming to do this is a challenge. It's a real challenge. Just like with timings and things like that, you know, so... But by the looks of things, everything is where it should be. We have gone live, I would say. I'll double check it momentarily on some platforms. I don't think it's saved any of the post-race stuff I did last time, though. So I'm going to need to do that. How is the internet anyway? How is the wonderful internet today? Let's just turn this down. And just load up. Come on, there we go. Load up the old little preview. Yeah, we're live. We're good. We're good. Right, let's manage our sponsors. Let's do this. We've got to manage the sponsor of Pay Night. I think I got rid of them before, didn't I? And I got something else. I remember looking at something else. What was it? I think it was like fastest lap. It's like do a fastest lap in any session, wasn't it? Achieve a fastest lap in any session. I'm pretty sure I did that. And that rings a bell. Let's go to our customization. Liveries. No, not liveries. We want the sponsors. We've got the TriStar there. That's where Atlantic is. Atlantic lives there. That's just where Atlantic goes. DSP Optics, DSP Optics. Let's put our Suj. Oh, that looks good. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah. Okay. So that's their characters. What have I apparently unlocked? Oh, a character pose. I could do a fighty pose. I could do a boogie pose. I could do a hands. No, I like the Grand Admiral Thrawn pose. That just is. It is the pose. It is. Right. Let's put the old engine in for practice. Lovely. So, from memory, Jack has 32 points. We have 14 points. But. For those of you that remember Season 1, this is where everything started to turn around, sort of around the Canadian Grand Prix and the French Grand Prix. Let's do some... Let's do a marketing strategy conference. Actually, no, let's not. Let's do reaction time. Let's continue building up Jax, and when we fire him, he can go to somewhere else and still have a place on the grid. I'm hoping to cause some movement around the midway point of the season, where we're watching Lando. We've got a spicy amount of money. 28 days. Yeah, so not long until we're going to be kicking Aitken out. So, anyway, let's not waste any time on this, shall we? Let's just jump straight into the Canadian Grand Prix. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Look at that. What was that on the car? What was that? That was... Was that power upgrade? I don't even know, but we still have the best engine on the grid. And the car's coming along nicely. It's aero where we really need the work, because chassis-wise we're solid. Yeah, so it's aero where we need the work, essentially. And durability. How's it going, Sparks, my man? Right, let's jump into Canada. I've got a good feeling about this one. Very good feeling about this one. Okay, messages, weather forecast. Heavy rain at the start of quali, but looking to be drying up near the end of it, and then the race is going to be overcast. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Okay. Wow, we're apparently now the second fastest car after that So the progression history. So we've shot past Ferrari. We've gone past Red Bull. You'd have expected this season to have gone a bit better, but... And the midfield's getting very close. We're up here with the big boys. Haas are moving closer to Alpha. Romeo, that is. And then we've got Alpha Tauri, Racing Point, Renault, McLaren. They're all basically the same on performance. Mercedes still the dominant ones. Right, let's get into practice. Knock out some of these practice programs. And then get into quali in the race. Because who knows how we're going to perform. I've got a good feeling about this one, though. Seeing as this is where we got our first... It's where we got our first points in Season 1. In like a wet race as well. It was like an intermediate conditions the whole race. And we got P5 from memory. And then we went on to like get a podium in France. So, I mean, who knows what's going to happen here.
I've had a chat with Carl about the new parts, and we're happy that they've been integrated into the car okay. With any luck, you'll be able to feel the improvement, so give them a try.
I'm going to run 6.5 on the wings. And take some pressure out of the tyres as well. You see, I apologise for not being sort of live as much recently. To be fair, I did fully intend on streaming yesterday, and just like I wanted to knock out about 3 races yesterday, but I decided to go out on Friday, and I had a very sore head yesterday. Didn't feel very well, so I was not alive till the later sections of the day, shall we say. So yeah, I was in no fit state to do it yesterday, and then today I'm probably gonna do this stream of a couple races and figure out what I want to do later on, you know. But I've got to get back into the swing of it today because I haven't played this game again in a few days. So who knows how quick I'm actually going to be. I really need to get, you know, acclimatised to the track, and what better way to do that than with the track acclimatisation test. But as you can see, it's not exactly going very well there.
Approaching the DRS zone, watch your MFD for the activation point.
Lots of green scores, which are annoying. Don't know what it is with traction out of corners on this year's game, but I apparently don't carry any speed. And apparently that was green in the braking zone. Okay, sure, whatever you say. But yeah, got to get up to speed. Might still be a purple lap.
That's looking good. Now let's try for purple.
No.
You'll get a bonus for consistency if you can chain good corners together.
Even with overtake out of that corner, I didn't get a purple score. Don't know what it is about that particular entry point, but man, it is not fun. I just don't know where I feel I need to be braking. I'll take that one green there, in all honesty. Right, as long as we kind of do well for the rest of the lap, we should be good for a purple here. Oh yeah, we're fine. We're fine. So how is everyone doing today, chat? How has everyone's, you know, past few days been while I haven't been live, you know? It is Sunday. No race this weekend, of course, for the first time since the start of the F1 2020 season. Some huge announcements on tracks, though. Anyone seen that? Got a few more races confirmed, didn't we? There we are.
Great stuff. You pretty much nailed.
There we are. That's what we need. Right, TriStar Incompetent Racing Grand Prix. I feel like I'm going to need to get a new energy store soon. I don't know if I need it after this race, but I feel like I definitely need it. Let's bump it up to Rich. Yeah, just abuse my tyre over the curb. Good job, me. Oh, and over the grass. Yep, that's what you want to see. That's what you want to see right there. There we are. I think I've said this before, but it's about knowing what corner is good on your tyres and just being good there, you know. Sacrificing that little bit of speed because we're also going to be able to make up so much of it down this back straight. Look, our delta's not great, but let's just fire! Fire, fire. And we just need to make sure that we check the tyres through the chicane, which we've done. Beautiful. Charge it up to the line. Easy. Easy. Let's do fuel management. I wish, yeah, I've said it before, I'll say it again, but I wish that these programs were a little bit more exciting. I know it's not exactly the most entertaining of content for you guys, but I want the car to kind of be there. I don't think we're going to be, you know, challenging for any titles this season, especially just because apparently the tracks at the start of the season, I absolutely suck at them. But, you know, at least for... you know, for future seasons. How's it going, Fabio Games? But yeah, at least for future seasons, because the car's looking really solid right now, and it's just going to be a matter of making it competitive from the outset in season 3, potentially. I mean, with third fastest car at the moment, or sorry, second fastest car after the upgrade. Or was it third? I can't even remember. My fuel management has been atrocious this lap. Yeah, I'm going to need to do another lap. I'm not dialed in at all. I feel like I'm not even awake, in all honesty. I think the game got patched recently as well. There was like a 1.05 patch for this game. Can't even remember what was in it, in all honesty. Right. Let's switch on now. Right. Well, this lap's a write-off, so let's go and do another one. According to my delta, I'm being way too delicate into the hairpin. It's fine, we're going to make up a boatload of time anyway. We always make up time down this straight. Right, so the delta's going to look really good. And then we're just going to ease off. We're just going to straight line the chicane. And then we're just going to... Oh, yeah. There you go. Purple scores all around. Aitken's gone faster than me so far in practice. But I reckon with a quali pace program, we'll be able to put ourselves at the top of the timesheets. because that's obviously one of our sponsor objectives now, is to set a fastest lap in any practice session. So I kind of need to be doing that, you know. Is that a Mercedes? I think that is a Mercedes. I should really take a look at some of the mod management on this game as well. I've never really messed around with modding F1 games before, because I've owned them on PC, but they've never been my primary platform. Whereas this year, this is the primary platform of my F1 game. So maybe I mess around with some mods. Yeah, look, we're losing so much time on traction. Yeah, we'll just casually straight line it, it's fine. Oh, Bottas, give me your slipstream. Are you actually going to move out of the way for this or not? Thank you. Wow, the delta just skyrocketed just due to how deep I went into that hairpin. Let's maybe not, you know, let's maybe not have that. It still happened. Even when I take it kind of proper, it hasn't worked out too well. Okay. This is going to need to be quite the bunny hop at the final chicane. Bunny hop master! No. It was worth a try. Oh, I've turned in way too late. Didn't even get anywhere near the speed that I needed. Wow, we're going to be nowhere close. Stroll, I need you out of my way. Stroll. Thank you. Don't trouble the apex of those corners whatsoever. Good thing I'm, you know. Why am I getting advised about the pit assist? Wait, did they say program over? Oh, they said the program over. Oh, so I'm not currently on the... I'm not currently doing the program, am I, chat? Still went faster though. Oh well. Right, anyway. Let's just sack that one off for now. I feel like I should do a race sim as well to get some more resource points. I need to get myself more acclimatized to the track, I really do. Because I haven't played this game for... When did I do that Baku stream? When was that? When did I do Azerbaijan? I can't remember on what day that was. But yeah, it's been since then since I played the game. I really should have done a practice race to get my eye in a little bit, but hey ho. And don't worry, I'm going to fit a fresh engine in for qualifying in the race. Might even... Do I do a fresh energy store? I feel like I should. Or maybe I don't. Maybe I don't for this one. And I'll do a fresh energy store for France, maybe. Whoops, I attacked the curb, and you should never attack that inside curb. Because, you know, things like what I just showed happen. Oh dear. A bit snaky on the rip. There we go. Build up some speed.
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
Back on that power. So I'm confident realistically of a good result here. Podium is the goal, if I'm honest with this one, guys. Podium is the goal for the Canadian Grand Prix. I want to get a podium. If we just lose out to the Mercedes, then I am absolutely fine with that in my book. Especially considering the performance of our car. But considering how well we did last year, or season 1 rather, whatever you want to call it, I think a win is very much possible, in all honesty.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
So it's just making sure we actually get to that. And that's why I need to make sure I run the fresh engine, and that's why I'm debating the energy store. But then we'll take a grid penalty, like a 10-place grid penalty, and I really don't want to. I feel like the slight hamper of the energy store during the race is worth it, you know, to make sure we get the best qualifying position possible for the race. Because in France, we might have got the podium last year, but we got that because of our strategy. So I'm thinking if we take the engine penalty, we get fresh components in France, and then just not qualify, I could just charge from the back on a better strategy in a faster car, and hopefully still get a good result. That's kind of the plan with that, at least what I'm thinking. Let me know. Anyway, that's that done. That's that done, and that's me done with practice programs, which is nice. There we are, wonderful. Right, yeah, I don't think anyone's beaten that 108.7, hopefully, so that'll be me. Oh, hey, I don't know if you knew this, guys, but we cleared the podium pass.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top 3.
Easily.
Who are the captain, Albon, and Valtteri Bottas.
Ocon looking quick in the Renault. Ocon looking very quick in the Renault, setting the same time as Lewis Hamilton. Very impressed. Very, very impressed. Right, so, and if we now simulate these up to qualifying. Very sore. I did a lot of walking over the past few days, chat, and I'm now very sore due to it. Look at those resource points. Oh, yes. Wonderful. Team Acclaim looking nice and spicy at 17 with a 42 boosted. Right, fresh engine. Before we forget. We need a fresh motor. Gonna leave the energy store in. That's a risk I am willing to take for this. Warranty increased wear to all other components. Yeah. I think for Canada, I'm going to run the risk of the worn-controlled electronics and energy store, but I think for France, we'll take the fresh engine. That's kind of what I'm thinking. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Right, let's get into quali, shall we? I'm going to wait for it to dry out as much as possible for the end of qualifying. Seeing that it's apparently heavy rain all at the start, but it's going to dry out near the end. So I'm going to wait for it to dry out, essentially. And we'll go for our lap. Because, I mean, I'm not going out in that weather at all. Ooh, the Paddock Club. Yes. That's now upside down R's in Competent Racing Grand Prix. It's the place to be, let me tell you. Oh, and we have a sensor fault anyway.
We've got a sensor issue, and we're going to be stuck here for a while as we fix it.
But look at the weather. In 10 minutes, it's going to be in heavy rain. But in 15 minutes, it will apparently be light rain. And by the end of the session, it should apparently be like, okay, still light rain, but I'm gonna fit the inters. Well, apparently the inters is already the tyre to be on. Anyway, I'm gonna fit the inter just in case. I'll go grab a drink, and we'll do our lap momentarily. So, chat. I'll see you shortly.
The rain is getting lighter now, but it's going to take a while for the track to dry out. If you want to know specific information or make certain changes to the car during a pit stop, you can tell me what you want over the radio. Press and hold the radio button to activate the system, and you can either speak the command or select it manually from the radio screen that will appear on the multifunction display. While the radio is active, cycle through command groups with the MFD button.
I've successfully returned. So cars are going out on track. Who's out there at the moment? Danny Rick's on the lap. Lando. Vettel. They're all on the full wet though. All on the full wet tyre. Let's accelerate the time a little bit. Yeah, I think that gives cars enough time to set laps. So Seb Aitken's currently there. Let's do that. A suitable tyre. No, we're going to ignore and go to track. Because the Inter is the faster tyre. Like, that's what the time delta is telling me. Yeah, this is intermediate conditions. Why is the game trying to tell me, oh, you must be on the full wet tyre? This is intermediate conditions right here. If it was the monsoon, then yes, I'm inclined to agree. But it's not the monsoon, currently. See, Raikkonen's on the Inters as well. So Raikkonen is smart. Right. These are the conditions that we, of course, did very well in. That wasn't so smart, I must admit. Maybe stay off those lovely, lovely curbs. Don't worry, we're not going to flash back during the lap itself. Oh dear. Okay. I said stay off the curbs and then didn't. That's my B. That's my B. Right, attack this one. Be delicate. Delicate on the power. There we go. Front does not want to turn in at all. Don't know why I'm still trying to attack the curbs either. That seems very foolish, but I'm going to do 2 laps on the intermediate and see what sort of time. See, I gained a second on him in the first sector. It was only like 0.2 in the middle. Now I've got the final chicane to worry about. I'm sure we will be absolutely fine. Definitely attack it with a bit more gusto next time around, I feel. But that put us top of the timesheets.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
Not as clean through the first sector, but we might be better through the second this time around as the weather ever so slightly improves. Yeah, look, about 0.3 up on our previous lap. Fastest middle sector of the session so far. Wanted to keep it in second there ideally, but
Clearing up is about 10 minutes, so just keep your concentration out there.
I don't know how long's left in the session though, Jeff, that's the only thing. Let's go for one more lap after this one. There we go, I was able to attack it with a bit more gusto. 1:19.7. Once again, I just not the best first sector. Not the best start to the middle sector either. Nah, just abandon this lap. I probably could have gone faster still, but you know.
I'd take a set of intermediates in these unpredictable conditions.
Right, car's going faster than me as the track continues to improve. Let's take a fresh set of inters. Right, while they're not much faster, we might as well go for it. We might, if we're lucky, be able to get 2 laps in. Don't know what my fixation is with trying to ride that curb under acceleration, but there you go. Not purple in the middle, because why would we be? Oh, it nearly wanted to snap on acceleration, but it didn't. Just the final chicane to go. We might have abused the curbs a little bit, but we're into the 18s. Qualifying is complete. This will be our last lap of the session, in the same way that everyone else's will be their last lap of the session. We haven't quite straight lined that as much as we wanted. Not ideal on the power. Delta's a little bit down. Slid the car a little bit, but it's 600s up still. Bottas goes P2. Got similar traction. It's all going to come down to the chicane one more time. Verstappen up in second. I've braked as late as a dare. It's a warning for a track extension, which, I'll hold my hands up. It wasn't great, but it's...
Okay, good job, mate.
It is pole.
That was fantastic drive.
It is pole position after maybe corner cut in the final chicane. I need to get on board with some of these weekly challenges, actually. Anyway.
And with qualifying complete,
To be honest as well,
let's review our top three today. The captain,
I don't feel as bad
Verstappen,
about
Bottas,
cutting the chicane for that pole position lap, because we only improved by 3 tenths.
Make sure to
Our
join us
previous
again
lap,
for
the
lights out
18.3,
tomorrow.
would have been enough for pole anyway. So I don't feel too bad completing that lap and then going on to get pole position, because we would have still got it. Aitken down in 10th. It's the first pole position of our My Team journey. Can we convert it? Can we convert it to our first win?
The fans really seem to enjoy that. It made it look easy. Looks like you had a great qualifying session. It must be a relief being that far up the grid.
In my mind, it was never in doubt. Not at Canada. I've got confidence
Well,
around
it hasn't
Canada.
been ideal in qualifying. What's your take on it?
You do have to be able to perform in all conditions.
Did you feel that things went well for you today?
I got pole position. This result isn't what I need. They said the stars aligned and everything went my way.
What was the secret ingredient for your performance today?
I'm going to say the aero package feels so well balanced, because that's the area of the car we need to improve the most on, and I kind of want to butter them up a little bit to be able to you know,
Great. Well, that's
get the improvements. Cheers, Claire. Beat Charlie Boy Leclerc, because apparently we race Ferraris now. Although he has been absolutely decimating me. But we're on the upward swing. These tracks are more our tracks. We are getting towards acclaim level 13. Jack's at level 9. We're at 17 for the team, which is solid. And now, into the race. Can we perform? Can we get our first win?
All right, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
So, we have enough resource points for a major upgrade. Now, do I want to go front or rear? I do like a nice pointy front end on the car. So I feel I should go front upgrade. If we... If I rush that, I could get it 2 races early. That's so tempting. That's so tempting, you have no idea. It is a coin flip, though, in regards to its success. But I really want it. Because, to be honest, even if we rush it and it fails, and we'll still then get it for the British Grand Prix. I'm taking the risk. I'm taking the risk for that front upgrade. Because that will leap us up to, what, 3rd on aerodynamics? Absolutely. Absolutely rush that. Okay, we've still got the good engine. We've got the good engine in the car. I could do it. It's a good thing I did it then, Lee, isn't it? It's a good thing I did it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to penalty, as noted with article, compares are prohibited from making modifications to the car while in park. If I'm applying this component now will result in a penalty of starting at the back of the grid. So, you see, I had the thought while in quali, and I didn't say at the time, chat, I was like, what I could do is I could just put component 2 of the energy store and controlled electronics in the car. But my opportunity to do that would have been before quali, not after. So we're going to have to run with the poor controlled electronics and energy store in the car for the Canadian Grand Prix. But, we could win this race. We could win this race. It's going to be overcast. It's literally perfect conditions for the car. And we're starting from pole position. And we could choose what tyres we start on, because quali was wet as well.
Bonjour. It's time once again to go racing here in Montreal, the second largest French-speaking city in the world, and home since 1978 to the Canadian Grand Prix.
Yeah, I forgot about Parc Ferme. Yeah, forgot.
With top speeds of around 210 miles per hour heading into the overtaking opportunity of turn 13, the 2.7 miles of the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve are some of the quickest on the Formula One calendar. There are 14 corners in total, with 60% of the lap taken.
God, I love this track so much.
Average lap speeds clock in at about 130 miles per hour.
Meow.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. The captain lines up on pole position,
Yes.
and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Vettel, Alexander Albon, and Sainz, Perez, Leclerc, Stroll, and Jack Aitken, Ricciardo, Norris, Esteban Ocon, and Giovinazzi, Gasly, Hamilton, Daniel Kvyat, and Kevin Magnussen, Latifi, Raikkonen, Russell, and Giuliano Alesi. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
The boy Giuliano. Right, here's what I'm going to look at the race director. Right, they're all on soft tyres, apart from Charlie Boy Leclerc, who is on medium tyres. Okay, good to know. What have you got for me, Jeff? Now you see, Jeff, that's not... It's not what I'd call a race strategy. They seem to think this is a two-stop. I don't want to start on the mediums. I'm going to start on the softs. Softs and 2 sets of mediums? I reckon that can work. I reckon we've got the pace as well to be able to, like, pull away. I genuinely think this is not going to be that bad, in all honesty. Right, here we go. The danger man for us. Oh, wow, we are leading the field away for the first time.
System checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap.
Yeah, they will be. Relax. So the danger man is going to be Charles Leclerc on the mediums. I get the feeling he is going to try and one-stop this race. Whereas we look like we're running a 2. That's that is the state of play at the moment. Where's the heat? There's the heat. Oh well. Tyres look good.
Radar is clear. Weather is looking good for now.
Pump the brakes. Get them to heat the tyres. But Leclerc down in 8th. And that Ferrari is hopefully not really going to be too much of a challenge. It's still very quick in a straight line, don't get me wrong. I'm going to turn it up now before I forget. It's a short run down to turn 1, so I'm hoping that my poor performance off the grid is not going to hamper me too much. We've just got to defend from Verstappen and then hopefully pull away. Albon's using his warp technology. What is that about? Hello? Science? What has happened here? Okay. Right. We're on the inside as well. Okay, no pressure. No pressure, no pressure, no whammies. Yep, you got it. Can we convert our first pole to our first win? Tension builds. Lights are out and away we go for the Canadian Grand Prix. It's a good start. Verstappen's on our outside. Take it cautious. The inside will convert, or the outside will convert to the inside for Verstappen. Oh, he's got a run on us. Is he going to take the racing line? He certainly does, because he's Max Verstappen. We've got a little bit loose. He leads. We've lost the lead. And he is disappearing. Well, the AI have got everything turned up at the start. Verstappen has already pulled out more than DRS on us. A very impressive start from Max Verstappen. Maybe I was a little bit too cautious, as there is a yellow flag. But we should be able to reel him in, hopefully. As we attack the chicane for the first time, Verstappen got very loose on the exit there. Okay.
The energy store is getting worn, reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop.
I'm with you, Jeff. Don't you worry. Oh, getting very loose on the exit curve again. That's where I'm losing my time. Just need to, if we can't attack him, we just need to make sure we can at least stay within DRS. Just look at the speed he's got though. That Red Bull is very impressive, but we're going to utilise everything we've got. We're strong into the chicane and we're strong into turn 1. Surprised that wasn't registered as some kind of corner cut. It certainly wasn't the line that I wanted to take, that's for sure.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Broken DRS to Bottas. Thankfully having DRS on this straight will help alleviate some of my traction issues out of that chicane. why sometimes the gearbox wants to take me down to first there, but... Now we can really gain on him in the straight. Now is where we can really gain on him. That's a better line. That's a better line. Oh, Max is going to be vulnerable into turn 1 here.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
Fastest lap purely in the final sector. Slipstream, DRS and overtake mode engaged. And there was no answer from Max Verstappen. I was a bit tentative into turn 1 because, I mean, it's Max Verstappen. I am curious to know if he's going to be able to stick. Hold it. Wasn't ideal. If he's going to be able to stick with me and utilise some DRS himself. How much fuel? We've used a lot of our extra fuel already in the early phases of this race. I'm going to turn the engine down a bit. Punch once again out of the chicane, and he doesn't really have an answer.
We're leading our teammate by 7.7 seconds.
I wonder where Jack is actually. Might ask that question soon. Hopefully I can break DRS to Verstappen, and once I've done that I can really settle into a rhythm. Just going to have DRS. That's upsetting. It would really help if I wasn't so bad into that chicane either, because that's put Verstappen right back on me. Well, not the chicane, the hairpin is what I meant.
Seconds. They're on old softs. They're in 10th. The time last lap was at 1 minute 12.3.
Okay, so Jack's in 10th. Which is still points at the end of the day. Can I do a question about rival status? Can I find out where Leclerc is? Is that a question? That is. Okay, so Leclerc is in 8th. Oh, we've missed the apex of that. How was that not a corner cut? Admittedly, I didn't want to take that line. I very much missed the apex of the first part of it, but... Tried to open up the steering for a better exit. I can't, like... I'm dreadful out of that hairpin. If I was a bit better out of that hairpin, I'd be dropping Max. Leaving him for dead.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Although we are starting to pull away ever so slightly. Come on, more power, more power, more power. Let's break DRS. Let's make sure he can't get DRS this time around. Oh yeah. No DRS for Max this time around. That's what we want. Now, if only I could actually turn, that'd be wonderful. He's going to gain about... Oh, he gained half a second on me there. I'd really be able to get away from him if I wasn't dreadful. Just Hamilton really far down the field? Did he have some kind of grid penalty that I wasn't paying attention to? Oh, did not take that chicane in the optimal way. McLarens are looking very strong as well. Sainz up in 5th. Not too sure where Lando is. Burn some more ERS down here. Well, thank you for the heads up, Jeff. I need to make sure to be avoiding that curve on the inside because the last thing I need is to spit the car into the wall. Over 2 seconds now.
So push now.
I could, within theory, probably push these tyres a little bit more. Whoops. That's not the line I wanted to take at all. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, no, the tyres really gave up in that chicane. I don't think I'm actually going to push these much further. Yeah, I'm struggling on them though. I don't really think there's much point in me risking a strategy in this one. I think I've pretty much got the pace. Apart from, I really wish I paid more attention into that hairpin. Wow, I was cautious into the pit lane. I was very cautious into the pit lane. Vettel carries on. I expect to see Leclerc carry on. .6, it's fine. There goes Aitken and Norris. Please get ahead of Ocon. Please get ahead of Ocon. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. Okay, so we've actually come out in relatively clear air. That's nice. Figured there was no point in risking the strategy. There wasn't. Okay, okay. Don't worry, we're going to burn the energy, Jeff. Don't you worry. Burn it down the straight. Jack is in.
Jack is in the pits. Jack in the pits.
Leclerc now leads the race. I can only assume he's going for the one stop. It's the only way I see him making progress in this race. Bottas has got Verstappen as well.
The gap to the car behind is 2.1 seconds.
pretty much what I'm just doing now is settle into a rhythm, saving some fuel for the end of the race. New fastest lap.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
We're going to get real used to mowing the inside of that grass, let me tell you. Stay away from that inside curb. I actually get relatively alright traction out of there. It's if I do run that inside curb. Some real track limit abuse going on here. The Ferrari power unit apparently still being the best one is what's causing Leclerc to really stretch his legs a bit. Alright, Leclerc in. Wonder what tyres he's going to put on. Will I get to see? It's got to be the hards. It has to be. Didn't see. The only way like I said, the only way I see him making progress in this race is if he went to hards for a one stop. But that's really not going to work around here. Hit that curb right, it rotates the car really well. Hit it wrong, and well, you're in the wall. Free up the steering, beautiful. Beautiful. Which probably isn't going to be the most exciting 22 laps if you include the one we're on at Canada.
You're losing a small amount of time to the car behind. Keep pushing.
But so far, it's looking... Oh dear, that's possibly the worst way I've ever taken that chicane. Turned in way too early. We're not fast through the middle sector. We're really not, in comparison to the AI. But we more than make up for it in the final sector. Look, we had 3.4 on Bottas at one point. It's now 2.7. Thankfully, we can activate rocket ship mode down the back straight. Is that a drop of rain, or am I going mad? I swear I saw a drop of rain just there. Oh! Accidentally downshifted mid-corner. Sorry, I zoned out for a second there and accidentally downshifted mid-corner, and it really sort of woke me up in a way. Like, that's not the engine that I expected to hear. That's really not the way I should have taken that corner. Kind of gone on autopilot for a bit. Did Vettel go soft? Vettel has gone soft for his tyre choices. This has been a poor lap. Bottas got the gap down to me to under 3 seconds. I need to wake up, apparently. You know, not just assume this is a formality. Carry on pushing. Giovinazzi out of the race. That is mighty unfortunate for the Alfa Romeo driver. I can't believe Vettel went soft. That's an insane strategy. I wonder where Jack is at the moment. We'll ask about him when we get to the straight. And we can do it now.
We're leading our teammate by 15.2 seconds. They're on old softs. They're in 9th. The time last lap was a 1:12.0.
So he went soft as well.
Caution.
Very, very interesting. We'll see how that strategy works out for him and for Sebastian Vettel indeed.
Okay, clear.
But I don't think it's going to end up very well. He's in a train. He's behind a racing point. Do you know, right, for the first time today I heard them be called tracing point, and I found it probably far funnier than I should have done, in all honesty. That was a terrible way of taking the final chicane. But yeah, tracing point. Oh god, stop talking, Simon. It distracts you from driving. I just refer to them as pink Mercedes, but yeah. Thought that was quite funny and I'd share it with you, chat. Don't know if it was a term used in the F1 community much, but I was creasing. Right, anyway. About halfway through this Canadian Grand Prix. Sit rep. I'm winning. That's all we really need to know at this point. Live for an hour and 10 minutes, just about. Another yellow flag, or is that still for Giovinazzi? I'm not sure.
Gap to teammate behind is 15.
Oh, now Danny Rick's out.
Safety car.
Oh, that's not necessarily good.
Reduce your pace. Keep your delta number positive as we form up. Okay, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
That's not good. That's not good at all. So when are we due to pit? Lap 22. Is it worth pitting now?
Okay, copy that.
I think it might be worth pitting now for our new mediums.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
Because these have only got a few laps left on them. Come on, Delta, drop. There we go. There's Danny Rick's car. Now I'm going to come in and fit my last set of tyres and go to the end of the race. The AI thought the same. I'm glad that I then had that thought. I was once again very cautious into the pits, but to be honest, didn't really matter, did it? Go. 2.6. Lovely stop from the boys.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Return the position immediately.
What?
Will be penalised.
What?
There is no overtaking during the safety car
What? Are you sure? I don't... That's not how that works, game. That's not how that works. But okay, whatever. Well, I'm now going to be absolutely hammering my energy store because it's going to be sitting at a high capacity. But anyway, Perez leads the field, even though I feel that should be my position. But doesn't matter. Stroll behind, then Aitken. Aitken's going to lose out. That was his lap to pit. We should have double stacked. Because now he's going to drop like a stone through the field. I guarantee you won't pit this lap. But this does mean I'll be able to save up a bit more fuel and have a bit of fun. Maybe go for another new fastest lap of the race. Once this safety car is over. Aitken, you need to pit this lap, my friend. Is Aitken going to pit? Is Perez going to pit? No. Stroll. Oh, Aitken. Oh, Jack Aitken. Oh, that's unfortunate for my teammate. So once again, it's going to be an aspect of I'm going to need to pull away. After this safety car. Build a gap. Break Bottas's DRS. And disappear into the distance. Well, not the distance, but, you know, just a nice, comfortable lead, realistically. Safety car going to come in this lap. I can only hope that it does. I don't really want to do another lap behind it. Thankfully it is Canada and the laps don't take forever behind the safety car. We'll find out momentarily. And it is indeed going to come in.
When the field accelerates, remember, there is no overtaking until the green flags. Safety car in this lap.
Got ya. So Perez is going to lead the field. That's fine. My tyres are cold. But that doesn't really bother me.
Perez is ahead of you. The gap is less than a second. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 11 laps old. We think they've got one more stop.
Yeah, I very much reckon they've got one more stop.
38.7.
Cold tyres did not help my turn in. Believe it or not. Checo, you've left yourself vulnerable to attack immediately. I can't sit behind you for a lap though, in all honesty. I have places to be, things to do. Bottas pressuring Aitken. If Jack could keep Bottas behind him just for a little bit. I mean, I don't think it's really going to impede my progress, in all honesty, but a personal best middle sector. Teammate in.
Jack is coming in for a stop.
Of course Jack will come in for his stop. Comes in after the safety car period. Doesn't make any sense to me. It has benefited Charlie Leclerc. Actually, has he got to make another pit stop? Because he's up in 5th right now. But we are 4 seconds ahead of Bottas now. Whoops, accidentally left that on. This is looking good, chap. This is all looking very, very good.
Lap of the race. Keep this up. We're leading our teammate by 21.1 seconds.
Don't think Aitken's going to be able to get a point unless cars fall off at the end and have to make additional pit stops. How much fuel we got? We got a lap. We can run him rich for a little bit longer. We're going to the end, or I assume most cars are going to the end. Just nicely chugging along. But it's all looking good. Oh no, my DRS is offline. If that's the only problem and the only hiccup we have left to face, then I'm all for it. Leclerc's pit again. Oh, Charles Leclerc. Your strategy really has not worked out here, has it? As I once again turned him far too early into the chicane. Oh, and make contact with the wall. And that has damaged my front wing. I should, instead of mocking Charles Leclerc, where I've gone completely off the circuit. Right, now I need to concentrate. Now I need to not mock Charles Leclerc and actually concentrate, because this isn't over. This isn't a formality. Come on. Might actually inspect the damage and sort of see what it looks like in like photo mode or something. Does anyone here actually use photo mode on like 2K on like the F1 2020 game or like previous F1 games? I think, was it last year's one that had it, or was it 2018 the first one that had it? I can't remember, but it looks gorgeous. Let's have a look, shall we? On the back straight this time around.
Burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
Let's turn the engine down. Let's have a little look. Just pause it here. Let's go to the old photo mode. Right, it's the instant replay, isn't it? Do you want it to get to there? Right, photo mode. Here we go. Where's the damage? Doesn't look that bad, does it? You do see a little bit. So this is our perfect bit of front wing, and here is the damage. It's slightly scuffed there, as well as a bit of little bit of tray missing there, I suppose. Doesn't look too bad from that perspective. Let's just while we're here, let's get a nice little shot, shall we? Rendering in progress. That doesn't really look like it's. You know, you're not really rendering in progress there, are you? You're not. Anyway, let's just move that to the bottom left. Let's just, boom. There we go. Successfully saved the photo. Bam. So yeah, but that's kind of the damage that we're now carrying, apparently. In case anyone was curious about what the light green colour of front wing damage or yellow damage of front colour looks like, yeah. I've noticed it's predominantly affecting the under braking almost, but it's looking good. I think Bottas should try and be a bit more concerned about Verstappen and his rear view mirror. We weren't that good through the hairpin, but when are we, in all seriousness? Sun's really coming out now. Sainz still holding that 5th for McLaren as well. That is very impressive. Shall we find out where Jack is after his terrible strategy choices?
Gap to teammate behind is 22.5 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're in 13th. The time last lap was at 1:11.6.
Failed on that corner. Where's Leclerc? Oh, and Leclerc is 16th. God, I really need to maybe be a bit better on the brakes, because that wasn't good. Bottas is catching me, you know. Yeah, I do kind of turn their cars up a bit as, like, near the end of the race. Seen some very questionable driving from me throughout this whole Grand Prix, but it really hasn't been that great over the past couple of laps, has it, since I picked up that front wing damage. You can just tell that the car isn't 100% there on the front end. And I'm definitely benefiting from doing that crank of front wing at the first stop, because I think if I was doing my normal level of front wing downforce, we'd probably not be that much in trouble, in all honesty. Ooh, I had to get out the throttle a little bit there. A bit earlier on the brakes into the hairpin should help me out. Yeah, we're not that bad. We're not looking that bad.
Bottas is behind you. Our gap behind is 4.5 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 10 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:11.4.
So he literally matched me last lap, because we did a 1:11.4 as well. Well, he's going to need to start going a hell of a lot faster if he intends on catching me, that's for sure. This could be a historic moment in incompetent racing Grand Prix history. Didn't make it easy for myself by deciding to put my car in the wall with about 10 laps to go. Hamilton is hunting down Sainz for P5. Then there's a huge gap. really straight line that chicane.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Yeah, I've still got an extra 0.5 of fuel should I want to burn it. Not that I'm really worried, in all honesty. We move to the final stages of the Grand Prix. Yeah, that was it's not been pretty driving, but it's, you know, it's effective, it's fun, it's a game, and it's looking like we're gonna pick it up. It always seems to be Canada. With all of my career modes, it always seems to be Canada. Like, I can't remember my F1 2016 career mode if this is where I got my first win, but it was in 2017, Season 2 in the McLaren Honda, where I brought them back to glory. F1 2018, this is where I got my first win. Didn't get a first win in F1 2019, so I didn't even finish Season 1, because of a variety of reasons, if I'm honest, but
We're leading our teammate by 28.8 seconds.
soon it'll be time to cross the line, and there will be 3 laps to go in the Season 2 Canadian Grand Prix. Hamilton is charging. He wants Carlos Sainz so bad. I hope I manage to retain the fastest lap for that extra point. That would be very nice. It'd also be quite nice to obviously, you know, just get that extra point. And we're going to overtake Jack in the driver standings after our horrific start to the year. And he's you know, he's done all right for himself at the start of this year, Mr. Jack Aitken. But this really is where our season kickstarts. Couple DNFs and just poor results. Got some good points in. I think we got 2 points in Bahrain. We got 4th in Zandvoort. But other than that, it's been pretty poor results. I don't go well at tracks at the start of the year. This is kind of the first one that really I do well at. Apart from Zandvoort. Zandvoort kind of suits my driving style, but Canada is definitely where we go well. And then we've got a few tracks now where it really suits me. Like we've got what was it? Paul Ricard, the French Grand Prix after this one, we do pretty well. I go well at Austria. British Grand Prix, I'm not too hot at, in all honesty. The AI are really strong around there.
No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Penultimate lap now. Bottas hasn't mounted any challenge. Hamilton doesn't look like he's going to reach the back of Sainz either. Jack's doing 13th.
Gap to teammate behind is 32.0 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're in 13th. The time last lap was a 1:13.3.
To think he's got the second fastest car on the grid. He's got the best engine on the grid. To be fair, his strategy, I think, really didn't help him today. So the soft to soft and then the safety car, like, I can't say it's like it's down to Jack. His strategy and the timing of that safety car really didn't help him. It was perfect for me and my strategy, because we could just come in and almost like it was our normal pit stop time, but hasn't worked out for Jack.
This is your final lap of the race.
This is it. final lap of the race. I've decided to make a mistake into turn 1. Thankfully, we've been able to salvage most of it. Let's just turn it up for the last lap. I'm not going to try and set a fastest lap. Don't think I'm going to with the front wing damage, but it's been coming for a while. I think realistically we might have been able to get this first win at Mexico Season 1, but we just didn't have the car there. And I knew this would be our next best opportunity. Yeah, you will, Jeff. It's the last lap of the Grand Prix and I've still got 0.37 of a lap. Out of the hairpin for the final time. Deploy the battery. Coming up to the hairpin. Or the chicane. I keep whatever the word is. For the final time. Across the curves. We are going to take our first win in my team. And it's at the Canadian Grand Prix. Get in. Beautifully done in my opinion.
Up and down the field, we bring today's race to a close. So, Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
It was a question of right place, right time today. We were looking at an entirely different race before the safety car came out, but they were able to take full advantage after the field had been bunched up.
Well, I'm thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great.
And the nice little suit. We don't it doesn't look good with the sponsors on it. But there it is. First win in my team on F1 2020. It feels good. It feels good. Thank you, Cam. Thank you, Mike, for the kind words. It looked easy, but it really wasn't. That really was not. Didn't even realise that was a weekly challenge. Oh, that's the stress. It gets the first one out of the way. First one is now out of the way. Now we've got to try and get on and get a few more, shall we?
See what effect this result has had on the
Oh, Verstappen had a 5-second penalty.
Result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Well, for me, it's got to be Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, because he came from 16th to 2nd in like the best car.
You can't argue that he's deserving of his reputation.
That safety car really worked out for a few of the guys on the alternate strategy. Giuliano Alesi nearly got points in that Williams, whereas it definitely hampered Jack. But the first one is out of the way. We got our win with the fastest lap, pole position, fastest lap, and the race win. Isn't that like the Grand Slam?
The fans really seem to enjoy that. It made it look easy.
Yeah, I can tell you it weren't though.
You took the top points today. Was it a comfortable win?
It really was. But I couldn't have done it without my team behind me. I genuinely couldn't have done. You know, it might be the PR answer, but it is what it is. This was for the fans. I always put on a good show. Yeah, that's the Lewis Hamilton answer. I've already sort of said though about my team, and I'm thrilled with their support during the race.
Well, looks like your luck has changed. Things went a lot better.
Yeah, just a bit. Just a bit. Just a bit. Where's the aero package? The improvements we made to the aero. There we go. Butter up our aero team.
Lucky not to end your race with that crash.
Definitely. Yeah, it definitely was. I could have easily been out where I scraped the wall, and it could have cost me the win. Lapse in concentration nearly cost me, chat. Nearly cost me, but thankfully it didn't. Look at that. The perfect landslide win against Charles Leclerc. And he's still beating me in the rivalry, but hopefully these next few tracks I can really catch back up on that. Looking good for the acclaim. Do we get to oh, we do go to 13. Beautiful. Look at that. Team acclaim, 18. And we're going to get all of our lovely, all that money. Oh, 1 million in secondary sponsors as well. You love to see it. And yeah, I mean, we might have got a flat zero due to some damage deductions due to just a minor scrape on the front wing, but $23 million in the bank. Woo. That's nice. That's very nice. That looks like the cost of a Lando Norris, in my opinion. I think he's like 13 mil at this point. Oh, we've got an invitational event coming up. Wonder where that is. Okay, so we've got 8 days. So we've got 3 days and then 5 days. So let's do aero department focus, team durability, marketing. Marketing. Let's do some driver promotion filming. Let's do some sponsor advertising for the vehicle to get some more acclaim and some more cash. And then let's do the... or do we do... I think we're not going to... we're going to have a day where we can't actually do everything, I think. Because I really want to do that to get the acclaim and the cash. I think if we do that and we do the strategy conference, then we have the invitational event. If I do the 4-dayer, I can't fit anything else in. Let's just do it, and then we've almost got like a day break, essentially, in there. Right, facilities-wise, I don't want to do anything on my facilities until we've got Lando on board. Right, let's put the old engine in for practice at France. $21 days till the contract with Jack expires. Lando is 12 million. Yeah, so once I've actually been able to negotiate with him and get him on board, we can then look at what we want to upgrade from a facilities department. Because we've clearly got some spare cash, right? But I want to make that upgrade to a driver. And that's the next logical step for me. Right, let's advance time. Hopefully we get our upgrade as well. If we can get our upgrade, that would be superb. Oh, what is this? Oh, it's Paul Ricard coming up. And is that the 96 Williams I get to be driving? Is that the 96 Williams? I think that is. Oh, I love the 96 Williams. It's one of my favourite 90s ever. I think it might be one of my favourite F1 cars, in all honesty. It's going to be weird driving it around Paul Ricard and then driving my car around Paul Ricard because, well, I mean, it's like there's nowhere near the amount of downforce in this thing that I'm about to drive than on my car. Austria is when you be able to get Lando? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just after Austria. It kind of like opens the driver market, doesn't it? Or something like it's around that sort of time. Finishing first place for the 1,000 acclaim and the $150,000. We've got Moreno, Coppens, Jones, Korea. Oh, listen to the V10. Oh, that Renault V10 is glorious. Lights are out and away we go. And it is the 96 Williams. Something just seems not right about this, but I love it so. Look at the basic steering wheel. It's got like 4 buttons on it. And it understeers like an absolute lorry compared to my car. But for a soundtrack, just listen. It's absolutely glorious. It really is. Right, anyway. We've got 8 seconds to the current leader, and we need to chase them down and win. Oh, the understeer. Come on, front end. Come on, front end. Just bite into the circuit. Right, I'm not taking any chances down the inside. That was about £20 million worth of damage caused there. In classic Formula 1 car, I've also lost a second of time due to the mistake of mounting the curb. Right. I'm going to put it up to Rich, kind of like in the second half of this lap. Just so I know that I've got all the fuel used so I can try and catch to the best of my ability. It's not looking likely at the moment, in all honesty. Let's initiate power! Come on! This is where we can make up the time. Jones, give me some slipstream. Give me some slipstream. I'm not getting any slipstream off him. That's not in the rule book. We'll just ignore that. Just scared him out of the way with a corner cut. I've got to hope the front end just sticks. There we go. Right, let's turn it down to standard now. Just for the rest of this lap. Save a little bit of fuel. Coppens. I'm not going to try to not make that mistake on this curb. There we are. You're going to slow. And I'm just going to put my car where it shouldn't be. I apologise. Yeah. Right, here we go. I have 2.6 seconds to chase down on the last lap. We can do this. I think we've got this in the bag, chat. This is just literally from some acclaim and some money. Out to the left. Oh, it's very close. Over the curb. That is that. Down to standard. Now we've got to bring it home for the win. Money, get the acclaim. And we're going to be back on this track momentarily in our car. It'll be very interesting to see the performance. Because oh my god, it just actually has the ability to turn in. Like, you know, as much as I love this old machinery, dear gods, it not have the downforce of the current F1 cars. We win! Oh, I got an achievement. The show-off achievement. That's probably for passing so many invitational events, I imagine. I don't know. Yeah, we did it. And now we get to see, also very importantly, if we got our upgrade. I don't think we're going to. In all honesty, I don't think we're going to get our upgrade. Come on, come on, come on. No! It was going to happen anyway, let's be honest, isn't it? Right. Let's say, and look, we'll get it for the same time. It was worth the rush attempt, in my opinion. Alright. Now let's go into the French Grand Prix, and let's see what we can do. I'm hoping for another good one. Do I... I don't think I want to take grid penalties here. Because I could always just move on to the second controlled electronics and energy store. I'll take the grid penalties at another track later down the line. Man, it didn't seem to come across, and that could just be the fact that I'm like, my brain is just trying to process. But we got our first win. Our first win as a team. Yes, we have a high cash balance. You're not going to give me any data, like weather data about the track. That's fine. Red Bull have bought an upgrade. Where are they in regards to... So they've overtaken us again now. Ferrari leveled out. McLaren and Renault getting closer to the front as well. That's a couple of major upgrades by the looks of things from them. Pulling away from Racing Point, AlphaTauri. Who else has bought an upgrade? Alfa Romeo have bought an upgrade. Haas have bought a minor upgrade. It's getting very exciting. Getting very, very exciting. Right, so aim for practice 1 is to do our sponsor of setting the fastest lap for any session. We'll do that with the quali sim. We're going to run an old engine. We should still be able to like get the fastest lap, and well, if we don't, then what are we going to do? Looks like it's only going to be raining for practice 3 though, which we don't do anyway. So, all right. Well, I'm going to run into practice 1. I'm also going to go make a drink. Chat. I shall return momentarily.
When you get a chance, make sure to run some of our practice programs. They don't all need to be done in one session, but there's valuable data there to help race strategy and car development. Okay, let's talk about this track. Late apexes are the name of the game here. We have a bunch of deceptive corners that lead straight into the turn-in point for the next one. Turns 1 and 2, and pretty much the whole last sector follow this pattern, so think ahead. If you want to know specific information or make certain changes to the car during a pit stop, you can tell me what you want over the radio. Press and hold the radio button to activate the system, and you can either speak the command or select it manually from the radio screen that will appear on the multifunction display. While the radio is active, cycle through command groups with the MFD button. It's pretty quiet out on track. We should consider getting out there.
Right, the man's has returned. Right. Let's do the old classic of the track acclimatizations and everything right, because we love doing it. As bored as I am doing them. No, that's not what I want to do. There we are. 6.5 again? Worked in Canada. There's no reason why it won't work here. Let's take some pressure out of the tyres as well. Wonderful. And now let's see the difference in cars, right? The difference of my 2020 Beast with all the downforce in the known universe versus that 1996 Williams. God, this car actually wants to turn in. Ridiculous.
As many corner gates as you can. The faster you get through each corner, the higher the score. You'll need to deploy your DRS in the DRS zone as well.
Oh, you can definitely tell this engine's getting on a bit because that sound it makes, like that groaning sound, like, oh, not really feeling this anymore, you know? God, that is a high curve. It is very aggressive to try and attack that curve. It really doesn't put your car in a good place. I think it's the first sector around here where I'm actually quite competitive. It's everywhere else that's kind of like not ideal. But that was a pretty perfect first sector if you ask me, so I'm not going to complain. And then on the brakes. Turned in a bit early there, but... Oh, can we hit it? Yeah, we got it. Oh no, it was only green. Oh well. As long as it's a purple lap, I don't really care. Just going to continue the grind for the resource points. Really. There will be some where I just realise that I really can't be bothered to do them and I'll just simulate them. Like on some of my lesser liked tracks, I'll be like, right, I really don't want to have to do laps around here. Now, admittedly, you know, with having Atlantic as a sponsor, I should want to do as many laps as possible. But if we continue to look competitive, what I might do, because I know that I'm not very good at the start of the season, I might carry on running some of these ones into Season 3. But as we look competitive, kind of like, you know, in certain races, I'll know to put some for, like, leading laps on the car. Like, I now know if our car is competitive in Canada again next year, I'll try and have a secondary sponsor that allows me to, like, lead laps. If you get what I mean. Because then we can, like, for a short period, earn a bit more money, you know. And sure, it might shoot us in the foot at a couple of tracks. But, you know, tracks like Canada, where I know I'll be able to at least lead. Tracks like... I think I could lead one here. I could lead Austria as well. I wonder if there's going to be a reset in another, like, development reset. I know it's not guaranteed for, like, everyone. Lee, if you're still here, did you get another like R&D reset in Season 2? I think everyone gets one in Season 1. It just like does different departments for each player. But I'm wondering if you got one in Season 2 as well. If you're still here to be able to answer, I would greatly appreciate. There we are. I like the fact this corner's been reprofiled a bit. Whatever that corner is called. Because I was dreadful at that corner in last year's game. And 2018 for that matter. I'm slightly better at it on this year's one. Don't know if it's due to the repro... No. I was going to say, don't know if it's due to reprofile or maybe being better at the game. No, it's due to it being reprofiled. It's nothing to do with my skill level whatsoever. There we are.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data.
Wonderful. Let's continue to keep running these programs. Nearly at 2 hours live as well. But yeah. I'm doing a couple races this morning. Will I be streaming this afternoon? Who knows? Who knows what may happen this afternoon? Things may be occurring, is all I can tell you, chat. Things may be occurring.
In this program, we want to focus on fuel-saving technique. Lift and coast through corner entry to save as much as you can while keeping under the minimum lap time.
I'll do what I can, Jeff. Don't you worry. Oosh. How much can we get? Oh yeah, we're going to gain loads on the straights. Oh, you did get it and they hit your powertrain. I remember you telling me actually, yes. Okay, so you did get one for Season 2. I wonder if... Because like I say, everyone I've seen for Season 1, like every YouTuber I've seen, obviously you and a few other people, have 100% had R&D changes or like development changes for Season 1. Obviously, like, departments were different. I think after Season 1, it's then like, right, there's not a scripted one, if you know what I mean. Like, it's random. As far as I know. I could be wrong. But I'm just making a hunch. We are looking good for fuel saving. Oosh, wonderful. Look at that. Look at that. Right, let's do race strategy, get that out of the way, and then we'll finish it up with a quali sim, just to try and get the fastest lap in the session. Who knows if I actually get it or not. And then we can get into qualifying and then the race. I want to make myself a coffee, chat, but I'm allowing it to cool down, because... you know, I like a black coffee, and that then means it's got, you know, no cooling aids in it. It's random all the time, you believe? Oh, okay.
Okay, we need a few solid laps here to help us calculate a good race strategy.
We're only sitting at P10 for this practice session, so I don't know if me doing the quali sim will get me the fastest lap. It's worth a try, in my opinion. I mean, the ICE is at nearly 80%, so the power's not quite going to be there. France isn't... You know, the amount of tracks at the start of the season feel like the barriers are so close to the walls. It's nice to be in France where I've got 8 million miles of runoff just in case I make a mistake. It is quite nice. Like, don't get me wrong, I want to be punished for my mistakes, don't get me wrong, but it is nice to be in such a nice flowing open track every once in a while, you know? And after we're done in practice, we've obviously got to put the new engine in with the new energy store and the new controlled electronics. Do I take the fresh engine at Silverstone? Because I get the feeling I'm not going to be competitive at Silverstone. I might just take the fresh engine there, start at the back. And do like, you know, a home Grand Prix heroic drive through to the front. Not through to the front. But to points would be nice. Because that's where we got our real, like, a wake-up call last season after, like, 3 good results in a row. Silverstone happened. And from what I'm seeing, the AI is very good. If I look at, like, other YouTubers, they've all struggled at Silverstone as well. So, I think that's where I might take the penalties. Oh no, we're live again. That was weird. Girl. That's the first time I've seen that. What did we miss, chat? I assume we're still live. My Streamlabs says I'm live. Chat, can you confirm?
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
Confirm? Ah, yes, excellent. Good job, chat. Now, do a backflip for me. Did drop. Yeah, no, I noticed it dropped, but as long as we're still live, that's what matters. No? Damn it. Okay, it was worth a try. I figured, you know, I asked chat to do something, chat did something. I wanted to see if I could do it again. Apparently not. I've not gained full control over chat yet. Soon. In the future it will happen. It's just today is not that day. Oh, understeermeup.com. This is the new racing line. Quarter cutting. I like to think that was an effective racing line. And I'll fight anyone who says otherwise. Right, on the power. Up towards the line, and that will get a raced simulation. That's the word I'm looking for. Wonderful. Right, quali sim now. That'll be us trying to set the fastest lap to actually get a sponsor bonus. Go! It says we're going to qualify 5th, which is, yeah, makes sense because it reckons we'll qualify faster than faster than everyone else apart from the Mercedes and the Red Bulls. It makes sense because they're obviously like higher ranked than us on the old R&D development thing. Ooh, overcast. How are the tyres looking in terms of?
Just give it everything. In this test, we want to make sure we can lap close to our rivals' pace.
Yes, Jeff. Consider your instructions understood. I am the king of extending track limits. Don't you be telling me off, game. Oh, Lance Stroll, give me your slipstream. Not exactly what you'd call close enough, am I? Come on. That was very much a cut corner. Yes, chat. I am reinventing Paul Ricard. Oh, now we're getting slipstream. Now we're getting it. I feel myself getting pulled along by the racing point. That was a small error on my part. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna dive down the inside, let the car run slightly wide, back on the power, there we are. Slight extension of track limits once again. Right, we're out of the RS deployment. It's going to be touch and go towards the line. But it's good, and it's fastest.
Job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can talk you through
What
the
is
numbers.
that? That is the sound of something occurring in my kitchen. Hold on. Or is it? No, it sounds like it could be outside, actually. I don't know, but I've closed my door regardless.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 29.6.
Where's the lap times? No one's beating that. It's a great lap. faultless lap. I didn't see any issues with that lap, chat. Did anyone else see any issues with that lap? We didn't like go off the track at any point. I think that was a true representation of the pace of our car around this circuit.
The session
Yes.
has come to a close, so let's review our top three. The captain, Bottas, and Lewis Hamilton.
Right, where's my... I need to see my sleep score. I wonder if it was better than the day before. I'm very much hoping it was better than the day before. Because it was not good. 81 sleep score. Why is it 81? Apparently I woke up several times. Not for long periods, but hey. It was good sleep score, apparently. I'll take it. Right. That's that objective done. So now let's simulate these couple of practice sessions. And then we'll fit the new engine in. And then we've got qualifying, and then we've got the race. Look at that, loads of points. Loads of points all around from Incompetent Racing Grand Prix. And we're no longer... I think there must have been something up with the Team Acclaim. Because it doesn't really appear to be a problem. Like, remember the end of last season? We were losing Team Acclaim after like practice and quali sessions. That doesn't appear to be happening anymore. But it wasn't due to underperformance because, I mean, we were topping timesheets and doing well. But it was like, no, you're losing Team Acclaim. Bruh. Right, new motor. This is the closest thing to a fresh engine we're going to get. It's like 18% worn. 11% worn, 10% worn, 0% worn, that's 65, 17% worn, 0%, that's 50%. Yeah, so that'll all get applied to the car. Alright, qualifying. So I'm not going to do any upgrades with my 985 resource points because we could either look to get this this rear downforce upgrade, or chat, once I have my level 3 powertrain facility, we could go for the ultimate engine power upgrade. And I'm thinking that's what I want to do. So once we've got Lando, well, that will then obviously figure out how much money we need. I'll then do the upgrade to get powertrain to spec 3, and from there we can do the do. That's the plan. Right, time for qualifying at the French Grand Prix. Bets on where we're going to qualify, chat. I want to see bets. I don't really want to do anything with the setup, you know. Power unit, we're not going to see it until we actually go out on track. Anyone on track at the moment? Oh, Lando Norris currently on track. I'm going to give it a moment, you know. Let's ride on board with Lando. He's looking okay, but you can definitely see where the AI looks very cautious in Sector 1 as compared to someone like us. He's currently 10th in the standings on 41 points. Anyone else out on track? Seb Vettel, 6th on the standings on 64 points. Nicholas Latifi, he has 2 points. Danny Rick, 9th on 49 points. Back to Lando. He's certainly giving it everything, I'll give him that. Discord account. That's an interesting username. How's it going, my dude? Right, anyway, we're gonna go out on track now. We're gonna drive out. We're gonna look after our soft tires. We're gonna treat them like little qualifying little babies. You know, that's the plan for this one. Lean and none. There's a Renault. I don't know if they're on a fast lap or not. It's Daniel Ricciardo, so they definitely are, because we saw him while we were sitting in the garage. Let's look after our tyres nicely during this out. Right, Lando, 28.3 is the first flying lap to beat. That's in the ever-improving McLaren, which is closer, moving very close towards Ferrari. Seb Vettel, 28.1, so he's not that much faster than Lando. So, if the Ferrari's doing a 28.1, within theory, we should be in the 27s. That's what that tells me. Turn the car up. Right, we're ready to go, I think. Let's just get rid of that out of sight. Right, and we're going to give it everything. Daniel Rick, 28 flat from the Renault. It's a good lap time. Oh, I hit a bump. Low down. Hold on. I'm not going to actually flash back on the qualifying lap once I can't. But this is obviously to restart the lap because that was really weird. That was really... The car bottomed out. You see there, whereas we... See, that was due to... I don't know. But I'm not going to flash back that. Science 28 or 27.8. Yes, we should be buried into the 27s then in terms of lap time. If that is what they are setting, we should be buried into the 27s, like mid 27 realistically. Come on. Flat through gear. We need to commit through here. See, this corner is where I'm losing time. I tried to commit a bit more than I normally would, and well, end up running wide. That's cost me a bit through this final sector. You run out of ERS very early around the French Grand Prix, or around Paul Ricard, whatever you want to call it. Oh, wow, not even close. 28.2. That's not a fast lap. I know I can go faster than that. I definitely lost time in the first sector and the final sector. So let's bolt on a fresh set of softs and go again. This time we're not going to bother doing the out lap. We're just going to do the flying lap. Excuse me. Part of me wants to be outside the top 10 in all honesty. But I know I can go faster than that, and I want to give a proper representation of how fast the car actually is, you know. There we are. Had a nightmare of a time activating the DRS there. The minor lift. There we go. Got me a little bit of time. Pushing the braking zone too hard, imagine that. Fastest first sector, but then I've absolutely thrown it all away. I can never hook one lap up, you know? Like, if you take my theoretical best of a lot of sessions, it's, yeah. Apparently I didn't lose that much time then. Either that lap that I've just done there was that poor, or that first lap was a much more accurate representation of the speed of our car than I thought. Where's Jack Aitken in all of this? Oh. He is 13th. Okay. That makes me feel a bit better. Definitely losing some time in the final sector. Let's...
So far, our fastest lap is a 1:28.2.
Right, I'm going to leave this now, and I'm going to... Right, we're going out now. Wait, drive out? Oh, no, have I left it too late? Apparently there wasn't enough time left in the session. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, I don't know if we're going to make it round, chat. I don't know if we're going to make it round. No, we'll make it round. As cars are on their runs, though. Not the position I want to be in. I'm going to have to take a bit of life out of my tyres. We're on the bubble as well. We're in 10th, which isn't bad by any stretch of the imagination. Right, that's Jack Aitken. I'm going to get out of his way. Go on, Jack. You go do your lap. I want a bit of space as well. I don't really want to have to come across any other cars once it actually comes to my flying lap, so... There's a bit of space here. There's a Mercedes right up behind the Williams there as well. I can drop back a little bit through the final sector. Okay, so I haven't had to take that much life out of my tyres, which is good. Right, here we go. Let's turn it up. It's going to be tight to the line. It's going to be very tight to the line. So tight that I might not have timed it. I timed it perfectly. I am so proud of that, about how I timed that. Jack, move. It's not even Jack, it's Nicholas Latifi, and that nearly cost me. Oh, it cost me a bit of time, but nothing too major. Poo definitely came out, though. I thought I was going to hit the back of that Williams. Double apex left. We've lost a bit of time. And we're currently 12th. Cost myself on exit hugely there. But it's a 6/10 improvement. Where's this going to put me? Come on! P5? P5! Whoo! Finally hooked it up. Lost maybe a 10th behind the Williams, where I nearly hit Latifi, but... Oh, that was a solid lap. That felt really good. That felt really good.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Bottas, Ocon, and Lewis Hamilton.
Ocon is
With
second?
qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Max is 8th and Albon is 12th. The Red Bulls have got no pace apparently around here. Aitken is 15th. Wow. Oh, that lap felt really good. That lap felt really, really good. I'm not going to lie to you. That qualified Charles, though. Got the point, didn't I? Really clawing this back. Now we just need to beat him in the race. That's the only thing. And I am concerned with what strategy we're going to get, because the one stop was very, very good round here in Season 1. Can we pull off... Can we do a soft to hard one stop? Because you lose a lot of time in the pit lane around here. Doesn't matter. It's going to be a wet race. This is going to be light rain, where it's going to transition to heavy and go back to light. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. So it's about getting the soft tyres to the point of the rain and then managing it all from there, right? That's the way I'm reading that. Oh, this could be an exciting one, chat. This could very much be an exciting one. Let's get into it, shall we?
Hello and welcome to the Circuit Paul Ricard, current home of the French Grand Prix, an event dating all the way back to 1906. It's been held at many venues over the years, with famous moments from Dijon and Manicourt the feature of many a highlights reel. And let's hope we see more of those in the race today. 6 lefts and 9 rights give us a total of 15 corners here at the Circuit Paul Ricard, and a lap covers an overall distance of 3.6 miles. Average speeds will be somewhere in the region of 142 miles per hour, and they'll be maxing out on the Mistral Straight at around 205 miles per hour. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and it's Esteban Ocon in P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Sainz, the captain, and Leclerc, Vettel, Verstappen, Ricciardo, and Daniel Kvyat. Norris, Albon, Lance Stroll, and Gasly, Aitken, Perez, George Russell, and Antonio Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, Magnussen, Latifi, and Giuliano Alesi. That's it then, it's time to go racing, as we head to trackside for today's race.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Yeah, I agree. Let's aim for a top 10 finish. Let's stick some fuel in the car. Only 1.5 extra laps, I think, for this race. We need to get the soft to last up until the rain. I don't want to have to pit for another set of dry tyres before the rain period, because that rain could start immediately. That's the thing. No point in sitting on it. We have got to worry about Charles Leclerc. We've got to worry about Charles Leclerc down into turn 1. Hopefully we can more be attacking Sainz rather than looking in our mirrors back at Charlie Boy. But Knowing what we're like off the starts, it might not be great. Of course, we've got to use these worn tyres. I don't think I'm going to put an extra crank of front wing on at the stop either. Not for wet conditions. It might make the car a little bit too unbalanced, unstable in its aero, you know.
Okay, we don't think we're far away from some rain. I'll keep you updated as the conditions change.
Thank you for letting me know that, Jeffrey. Oh wow, the rain's already started. Look, there it is. We could be in for like dries near enough, or in for inters pretty much immediately. Oh, this could be interesting. This could be a tasty one, chat. Look, it's already started coming down on the formation lap. This is going to be tricky off the grid, and it's going to be very tricky into turn one. Ooh, strap in. We could be in for a very interesting French Grand Prix. Esteban Ocon on the front row of the grid at his home Grand Prix in a French team. Giuliano Alesi at the back, of course, because, you know, who remembers Giuliano Alesi in Incompetent Grand Prix or Incompetent Racing Grand Prix? Here we go. We build. Lights are out and away we go, and you can tell that it's loaded a new session for the actual race itself. Hamilton gets a great start to attack Ocon. We are up the inside of Carlos Sainz. We're going to take it easy on the brakes. Hamilton looks to complete the move on Ocon. Ocon losing some ground against the Mercedes. That opens him up to attack from us into the right-hander, but he challenges Hamilton down the inside. He doesn't want to give up the place. He's trying again. Hopefully that will impact his traction, and we might be able to have a whiff of a move against one of them. Not quite by the looks of it. Hamilton pushing the Renault wide, and that's... Oh, we're in the slipstream. We've got battery deployed. Can we make a move on the right-hand side against the Renault? I think we can. Hold it round the outside, which switches to the inside, and that is us up into second place. And Sainz has got Hamilton as well. Sainz and Hamilton now battling away as Ocon tries to retake me on the run up to the right-hander, but he hasn't got the power. We switch the engine back up. And see, look, the rain's disappeared. Maybe? Interesting. Very interesting. Maybe it's going to start coming down again momentarily, but what a start. What a start for us. Bottas has easily got away. All the fighting happened behind him. I feel like all the thought of rain, well, it's not here now, is it? No, there it is. It's back on the chassis. Bottas leads the way from me. Then Esteban Ocon, Carlos Sainz, Lewis Hamilton down to 5th when it looked like he could have had a hold on 2nd place at one point there on the opening lap, and Ocon challenging me after we've not had the best run through the first couple of corners. He's going to try again down the inside, but there is no room for the Frenchman in his Renault. Obviously, we weren't going to be on these soft tyres for long anyway, but this lap is only going to make that even more apparent as we switch to the inside. Ocon going to try and make a move. We've stopped deploying battery. Now we're on the battery. Later on the brakes, up the inside. Sorry, Esteban, you're not coming through. I'm just going to use all my excess fuel at this point of the race, in all honesty. There's no real point in turning the car up for the wet weather. Grip is already challenging in these conditions. Oh, could we dive in? I just reacted. Hopefully they're fitting the Inter. I hope they're fitting the Inter. Bottas in. He's going to get held for a long time. Charles Leclerc continues to go around. Please, boys, be fitting the intermediate tyre for me. Please have got the message. That is indeed the intermediate. I was panicking for a second there.
Exit now.
Okay. Oh, and
Jack is in the pits.
Bottas had to be held. Bottas had to be held. We
Once now, one stop.
have taken the lead. I'm sorry I went so quiet there. I was panicking so much about the tyre I was about to be put onto. I was like, I just confirmed mediums, please no. And I had to make sure Inters were set for when we left the pits. And because of the stream of cars, Bottas has been held in the pit lane. It's now Danny Kvyat who's found himself in 4th place. Esteban Ocon 5th. We have lost a lot of grip. Charles Leclerc's had to go around once more.
Okay, the stewards have now disabled the
Oh, Charles. Oh, Charlie boy. How much time can we gain on Leclerc over the rest of this lap? I've never driven this track in the rain, at least not on this year's game, so it's about finding the limits of grip now, I suppose. All I know is Charles Leclerc is losing time, hand over fist.
to utilize some of this energy.
That double right hand up is very challenging in the wet. As is apparently every corner. Right, Charles is now in. Where is he going to filter out is the question. It was a very busy pit lane last time around. I think this still might have worked out okay for the Ferrari man, depending on how long he's in the pit lane for. It is a slow pit lane here at France, though. That is the only thing. It might have still worked out. Because he hasn't had to be held in the box. If he's come out, I think he's come out in second. He has come out in second. So that actually has worked out for Charles Leclerc. He kept the car pointing in the right direction. And he's up to second. And he's got the fastest lap. And to be honest, if the conditions don't improve, well, it's not going to go back to dry running. He will keep that fastest lap. Go on, Charlie boy, is all I can say. But we once again find ourselves in the lead of a Grand Prix. This time it is the French Grand Prix. And this time it is raining. Now, are we going to have to go to the full wet tyre is the question. And if I had seen a weather forecast, I'd have gone for a bit more of a wet setup. Over the first two sectors, I appear to be pretty evenly matched with the AI. It's this final sector in the rain where I am losing time.
Teammate by 14.5 seconds.
I wonder where Aiken has come out in all of this. He would have had the joy of just being able to, that I had, just being able to bolt out the box into the, or into the pit exit. Or as we gymkhana our car through the first sector. Where is Jack?
Gap to teammate behind is 15.2 seconds. They're on fresh inters. They're in 7th. The time last lap was a 1 minute 45.6.
7th for Jack as well. Not looking too bad for Incompetent Racing Grand Prix so far. Let's find out what's going on with the weather.
At least another 10 minutes until this rain evens out. Stay alert out there. Inters look like the best time for now.
What does he mean by the rain evens out? I don't like the words that are coming out of his mouth. Come on, front end. Maybe I could do with a crank more front wing. I'll set that momentarily to get a crank more front at the next pit stop, because I get the feeling there will be one. I just set wet tyres. Didn't want to do that. One set inters and 7 front wing. There we are. Didn't use any energy at the final corner. That was silly of me. Oh no! What happens to Jack? Jack's out. He's clearly been able to get out of the firing line by the looks of it, because he, no safety car, no nothing. I have absolutely ballsed that up. Well, that's now going to really impact our ability to try and get the Atlantic sponsor as well. I'm so sad about Jack retiring. We were looking good there. Ah, well, is what it is. Let's just use most of our battery on the straight, and we can use them out the final corner as well. The best thing is we are going to pretty much just be like showing us up on most of our laps until the final sector, because like our personal best lap was the first lap of the race, where obviously you've got the race start. I think that's hilarious that we're going to be setting green sectors pretty much for most of this race, but we're never going to set a new fastest lap time. But Leclerc doesn't look like he's got the pace to challenge me.
You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 per lap.
Wow. Okay. And Gasly's out now. Oh, that's upsetting.
Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack.
I mean, granted, don't get me wrong, I appear to have the pace in these conditions, and I was pulling out a bit of a gap, so I'm not really that worried, but it's nice to actually have the lead. So that lead's going to get wiped out. We get a safety car so many races, chat. I feel like we've had one nearly every race this season.
Drop your speed, our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
Bloody earliest time of arrival BS. And to be fair as well, Ocon, like behind, has got a big gap, so he's going to lose out as well. Is that a Williams? That looks like a Williams running really high there. This is all going to shake out to be an interesting race, I think. But yeah, we're going to be on these inters for a while. How worn are the tyres looking just after those few laps? Wow.
These conditions look pretty terrible, but that water is draining away.
So the inters actually...
Medium is going to stay the tyre of choice for a while yet.
Can't believe the inters actually are that worn just after those few laps. But apparently we have only got one stop left to make, which hopefully will be for another set of inters.
We're coming up to the safety car now. Do not pass it.
And
Follow the safety car.
we can then get that second set of inters to the end of the race. Albeit there is apparently supposed to be quite the rainstorm later on in this race. It's all very interesting how this all intends on shaking out, right? But, second place, or first place actually, second place, our rival, Charles Leclerc. Bottas third, Kvyat fourth, Ocon fifth.
The rain's getting worse. Be very careful.
Yeah, it looked like it was getting worse. Can I get a full race update,
You are in
please?
first position, front of the pack, Leclerc behind. Okay, the gap behind is 3.0 seconds. They're on old inters. Your pit window will open in 7 laps time. You have 20 laps till the end.
Cheers, Jeff. I wonder if we're still going to get the same message if we do the, where is it? Hold on, championship.
As things stand, will be 22nd in the championship.
Glad to know that's been fixed. So this safety car shouldn't last long, theoretically. It should last up until the end of lap 9, I think. But at least we're going to save some fuel. Tyres are cold, which is going to suck for when we get racing again. But what we're going to do, I need to try and continue to pull away from Charles Leclerc. Because we were pulling away, not quickly, but we were pulling away. We already had a nice gap anyway, so... doing anything for my tyre temperatures?
You're leading, so don't pass it. Stay down.
No, not really. I did nothing for my tyre temperatures whatsoever. Utterly pointless. Probably even have to do that weaving at a higher pace, but I mean, let's see what he says about the weather now. Let's get a weather report.
Inters seem like the fastest tyre for now.
Right, that's tyres, Jeff. I'm more wanting to know about the bloody like whatever pit stop
Only one
information.
stop to go. One stop left in this strategy. 6 laps until your pit window is open.
Not getting the news I need, you know. Jeff will give me a bunch of useless information, but if I want actual information, he's like, I don't know, figure it out. Yeah, cheers, mate.
A new strategy is available on the MFD. Copy that.
Is that him saying pit for full wets? I'm confused by that.
Okay, the safety car is coming in this lap. We'll be pacing the field in sector 3. Make sure to respect the delta until the safety car is in the pit lane.
Is he saying pit for full wets? I don't know. I don't feel the need to pit for full wets. I'm going to see what the AI does this lap. If the AI will pit for full wets, then I'm going to pit for full wets next lap. Because obviously they'll all get held up in the... it is a Lacey up in 6th. Because they'll all get, like, stuck behind each other in the pit lane. So there's no harm in me doing the extra lap. No, none of them have pit. Good. I'm glad I didn't trust that. I'm glad I didn't dive into the pits.
Okay, clear.
Doesn't feel like I've got as much grip,
That's recharged.
but then again,
Let's use that overtake button more.
it probably wouldn't have been a bad race to actually still run the Warn Energy Store, but my tyres might not have been up to temperature, so you know. Oh, got a bit loose there. Wait for the front end to come in. There it is. Grip. Beautiful. I think Alesi has definitely suffered due to the safety car. I think Sainz has managed to pass him, or that McLaren, whoever was behind him, has managed to pass. I think it is Sainz. I'm going to keep my fuel.
With extra fuel, fuel target +1.
Yeah, that was very much corner cutting right there. Oh, rode that curb and it very much unsettled the car. Really don't want to be pushing my luck on the curbs. I could really do without getting a penalty. Or I could just use my fuel on the straights. That's an idea. Leaving standard for this and the final sector. I just think Leclerc doesn't quite have the pace. Hamilton, too, has got past Giuliano Alesi. Can he try and get points, Giuliano, in his home Grand Prix? There's a small part of me that'd be happy for him.
No time concerns at the moment. Just focus on the driving.
Yeah, I'm not fast in that final sector, whereas Leclerc really is. I'm just going to leave my leave it in standard, you know? Not going to mess around with it too much. I need to focus on my driving. Well, let's... Right, we're pulling out on Bottas, Kvyat, Ocon, etc. It's Charles Leclerc that is very much sticking with me, though. Turn it in, feed in the power, there we go. That was a much better first sector. Jeff, come on. You coping okay? I will if you stop yammering in my ear. This left-hander where I'm losing so much time, I just can't get the car dialed into that corner. Right, there we go. Straighten it up on the power. Front end. There we are. See, the rain's starting to get a little bit heavier, you know. It certainly looks like it, doesn't it? Been focusing on my own team for a bit, but now back on the streams. Oh, I appreciate that, Jaden. How's your my team coming along? Whereabouts you up to these days? Doesn't look like that. If anything, it feels like it's getting worse. You can just tell I'm struggling though. Leclerc is on me much more than he normally is. Bottas closing in as well. Pace this lap hasn't been anywhere near. Oh, more cars are in the pits. Interesting. Are we though? Got 2 podiums in the last 4 races. 1 race off the second season. Nice going, dude. When you really start to get that forward swing of momentum, that's when it starts to feel like successful. This rain ain't easing off. This rain's getting heavier.
The rain is getting lighter now, but it's going to take a while.
It doesn't seem like it is.
Will probably have similar pace at the moment. Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Have we already gone through the worst part of the rain? I'm very confused as to what I should be feeling.
Copy.
Those cars that pit last lap, what did they put on? I'm having a look. They put on wets. Yeah, all those cars have put on wets. I thought they might have done. I'm to learn myself through the AI being painful. I thought it was getting worse because the AI have got faster and they're cruising up behind me. And then even like the rain looks heavier. Pro tip for this game, everyone, don't listen to Jeff.
Where you're going to start aquaplaning with those tyres. We think you're all right for now, but it might not be long before we switch to the full wets.
Can you get advice on the second season? Do you think you should switch engine supplier? I think it depends on the stats. I swapped engine supplier, yes, I swapped to Mercedes because it was a better engine. If your engine looks like it shakes out to still be the best, then stick with that engine. It really depends on how the stats look. Because even if you swap engine supply, you don't lose your engine R&D, which doesn't make a lot of sense, like logically. 2 second stop from the boys. which doesn't make a lot of sense logically to me. You know, you would kind of think if you swapped engine supply, you would lose any development, but no more scheduled pit stops. See, that's the thing, scheduled pit stops. I think there will be some more scheduled, or there will be some unscheduled pit stops when this rain eases up a bit. Perez still on the inside in 5th.
Use your overtake button.
I don't care if this weather sticks around just for a little while. If the AI are on this tyre, then so am I. They're programmed to be on the right tyre at the right time, you know? Yeah, I thought because the Renault can't compete when there's a Mercedes or Ferrari behind me. Well, there you go. But you got to bear in mind is the fact that I can't, I don't know if you saw my season 1 to season 2 stream. The performance will be different. So your end of season 1 performance, durability and performance figures for the engines, isn't going to be the same as when you first signed them up in season 1. It's going to be different. So you will get to see the improved performance and durability. So that it's worth looking at. Christ, am I slow in this final sector compared to the AI? Oh, that felt disgusting. Yeah, I'm not fast in these full wet conditions. Really concentrating in these conditions, chat. I do apologise if I've gone quiet, but I get the feeling we could get a second win in a row here. And I just need to keep Charles Leclerc behind me through this final sector. Sectors 1 and 2 I'm absolutely golden in. But that final sector is hell.
Situation is an interesting one, but I think the right call is to stick with what we've got right now.
Yeah, I think we will stick with what we've got right now. I agree. We will worry about going to a new set of intermediates as and when the time calls for it. I'm just concerned that the AI might be able to, know when to pit. And I won't. That's a lift going in. But I very much think next time we pit, it's going to be for intermediates. And my wets are getting very hot. They're not pitting though. Leclerc is all over me in this final sector. It's a joke. Right, Hamilton in for Inters.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Leclerc and Bottas are fighting. That's kind of what I need to happen. Could we have stayed out on that set of, could we have boxed for a fresh set of inters and stuck it out in those horrible conditions? Maybe. We could have done, yes. But, didn't want to run that risk. But Bottas is through and up into second place.
Coming in for Inters. It's touch and go, but could be worth the risk. We'll be ready if you want to box. A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Yep, wonderful. Meet you, Jeff. Absolutely, we're coming in for those intermediates. Because we've got no traction. And look at Bottas. The AI have got such an advantage when conditions are like this. Look, you can just drive around the outside of me. In full wet conditions, I don't think so. AI is so good when it's in the crossover period. It's a bit of a joke. But this is the last pit stop of the race. Hamilton was too far behind to be able to make any impact, so I'm really not worried. Perez once again goes around. He's on inters. Did Perez stick it out on intermediates during that heavy period? He did what we should have done. Just stuck it out on intermediates. That could have been the call from Racing Point that wins him the race. The only thing that will stop him is tyre wear. Kvyat's now ahead of Leclerc. Well, these tyres naturally just feel better immediately. We had a bit of pace on these tyres, like when we first switched them earlier. Right, so driver in front.
Our gap to the car in front is 14.8 seconds. They're on old inters. Their tyres are 17 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:45.7.
So there's no way he's going to get his tyres to last to the end of the race. That's just not going to happen. These fresh inters feel good. These fresh inters feel really good. Really did not want to run wide onto the wetter stuff there. Oh, yeah, we're catching Perez quickly. He's going to try and stay out, but if he can make it to the end on that set of inters, I will be thoroughly impressed. They're the right tyre to be on again. Absolutely, they're the right tyre to be on again. But he didn't pit for a fresh set. If he had pit for a fresh set when everyone else pit for wets, I think he would be very much on cards for a good result, as I've absolutely screwed up the first chicane astronomically. But pushed one corner too far and we get that time penalty. That's a little bit frustrating. That's probably going to cost us a win here today.
We've been awarded a time penalty that will go against our finishing time at the end of the race.
Yeah, that's probably cost us a win here today. Me pushing the track limits just a little bit too much. Well, let's just carry on pushing then, in my opinion. Perez could stick it out if he wanted to, you know? He could really try to just go to the end. And if that's the case, we're not going to win this race anyway.
Dropping back by about 0.3 a lap.
See Perez, he's right there. Need to start saving some fuel somewhere. Might start doing fuel saving in the first sector as of the next lap, because I'm pretty sure that's where I'm fastest, so... Yeah, Perez would be stupid to pit now. He might as well just carry on those tyres.
It's not a perfect situation, but I don't think we have cause to move on to a different tyre yet.
Got to keep going as fast as I can. We are reeling Perez in. I'm glad the AI has decided to stay out, because that, to me...
Basic information on signs, they seem to have an issue.
is, you know, in previous years' games they would have been programmed to pit, and he will have pit. But he hasn't pit, he's trying to stay out because the game knows he could win. Wants to be able to pull out a bit more of a gap on Bottas. I think even with the 3 seconds I might have a chance here. At least against Bottas. Let's see if I can pull it out on Perez. Because we are clearly so much faster.
Okay, I think the track will be drying out quite soon. Mind you don't burn out your tyres.
Perez pits. Oh no! Sergio, you could have made it. With 4 laps to go. Come on.
There's 4 laps.
He could have made it. Oh, that's soul crushing. I was looking forward to chasing him down. Okay, so now this race has transitioned to, can I have a 3 seconds advantage over Valtteri Bottas?
The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap.
Because if I can, it's mine. If I can't, the win is Bottas' due to my penalty. Was that a yellow flag I just saw? Can't believe Leclerc's going to get the points for fastest lap of the race from the lap on lap 2, because that's where the rain started coming down. That is very amusing.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to
Oh,
utilize
shut
some
up,
of this
Jeff,
energy.
I swear to God. It's this last sector. Look how much time Bottas gains on me. It's disgusting how much time he gains. And annoyingly on the last lap, that is what's going to cost me. Unless I can build up a gap before that, but I don't think I can. Now, even the bits run faster. Look, I had over 3 seconds on him. That gap is now down to 2.6 seconds. I can't believe I've thrown away a win, chat. I've thrown away a win due to a penalty. The track is now pretty much dry.
We have 2 laps of
Realistically, there is no reason we couldn't actually go for like dry tyres. Deja vu? Yeah, I mean, you know, it's happened before. Got slightly too aggressive on one curb, and it cost me a win. 2 laps to go. Rain's no longer coming down. Still, second will be a good result. I'll still take second. Because now the AI is going to use their OP nature in these periods. Look, it's slightly questionable, the conditions, right? And the AI just switch on. And they are so fast. Track is now ready for dry tyres. Wonder if anyone's actually pit for dries.
Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online.
Ah well. I'll take P2. I'm not too like upset about P2. We'll be first on the road though. And that is the thing with this being, you know, a stream series. It's, you know, if I was recording this, you know, hands up in all honesty, probably would have flashbacked and been like, what penalty? But, got to be honest on stream, you know. Not saying that makes me better than anyone. Because it certainly doesn't. Because there are people much better at this game than me. And if that's the way they want to do it, that is the way they want to do it. Hell, I've done it before in the past. You know, it's just one of those things. Right, last lap of the race. How are the tyres? Screaming in terms of temperature.
Your final lap of the race.
The annoying part is as well, is that Leclerc's going to get this, like, the tick for a penalty-free race. That's what annoys me more than absolutely anything.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
Ooh. Ooh, that's not looking good. That's not looking good at all. Bottas has got a run. Whoa. Valtteri. What the hell do you think you're playing at, Sunshine? I said first on the road still. And he's going to get the bonus point for fastest lap. He's actually going to destroy me in this rivalry. Yeah, I don't think so, Valtteri. Right, we're going to make sure we make it to the line by going into lean mix for like a couple of corners here. So it's first on the road, but it's second place. I'll take it. Still a brilliant result for the team, and it's a bounce back for my season. P2 at the French Grand Prix. No real complaints, in all honesty.
Yes, that's a podium. Excellent drive. The team have worked especially hard this weekend, and this is a fantastic reward.
Checo Perez, driver of the day. Could have been even better for him, though. Could have been even better for him.
Tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
Well, they played the safety car to absolute perfection. There are so many factors to worry about once the race is neutralised. I mean, do you pit for fresh rubber? Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save? If you answer all of those questions correctly...
Vettel came 9th in the end, wow.
That's exactly what happened today.
After an excellent performance at
It's
the Grand
P2.
Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of
Danny Kvyat on the
celebrations
podium.
tonight.
How can we forget that for AlphaTauri as well?
And they certainly deserve it.
Yeah. Podium pass, whatever.
Let's have a look then at the driver's standings. After today's performance, Valtteri Bottas secures the championship lead.
Oh,
So,
does he
Anthony
now?
Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Well, you can't fault anything that Sergio Perez did out on the track today. He drove flawlessly, making him an easy pick.
It's time to see how things are shaping
16th
up.
to,
In the
to
Constructors'
7th for Perez.
Championship,
He's
Mercedes
solid,
continue to
yes.
extend their lead.
But I
Meanwhile,
still think if
Ferrari
he'd
have
stayed
improved
out and
their
those
position.
tyres hadn't given
A
up on
strong
him,
weekend
he
for
might have been
David
able to get a
fight their way
podium.
towards the top.
But his
It's
tyres
been
would have been
an
absolutely
wild
destroyed
weekend of
after a
Formula
few
One
more
action.
laps. So
I can't wait to see
very
what's next.
strong from Checo. Very strong from Checo.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. You were cutting your way through the field during the race.
I was indeed. And that was down to, it's easy when the car handles like this. Fantastic power unit, raw horsepower. We'll talk about the power unit, why not?
You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret?
What is my secret? Well, my secret is, in all actuality, is that I'm the best driver on track. And there is, you know. Now, granted, yes, you know, the best driver on track wouldn't have got that penalty, but was it a good day? Yeah, things went very well.
Did you feel comfortable in the wet weather today?
I feel like I get asked this every time there's a bit of drizzle, you know. It's all a bit silly if you ask me, but, you know. Yeah, wet weather poses risk, so I had a great team behind me. Life wouldn't be fun if it didn't test you every now and again. Boom, there you go.
Great. Well, that's everything.
$18 points to 14 for Charles Leclerc, so he's probably going to actually end up beating us in this rivalry. But, you know, is what it is. Cash-wise, yeah, we didn't get the laps because Jack Aitken had to retire. I wonder where he would have finished up, actually, in the Grand Prix. And only 40k as like a flat rate thing. Eh. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. Alright. We've only got 2 days up until the next Grand Prix, so... We could do a podium celebration party, but it is only one day, so I think I'm more going to do some weight training for Jack. Might as well invest in him, you know, because then when we bin him off, I like the way I'm now like when we bin him off, you know, then he'll get picked up by someone else, and then hey, he might come surging back up the field and try and re-overtake us. I think that'd be quite interesting. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this stream, chat. I hope you have enjoyed it. It's been a good one. It's been a fun one. We've got 27 million in the bank. We've got, let's have a little look at the driver market. Oh my lord, where am I going? Lando Norris is 12.05. That's who we're going to look to get as our teammate. I think if we look at facilities, I want to do this. So that's 12 million, or that's 15 million. So pretty much whatever we've got left over after getting Lando Norris, we'll then hopefully get Powertrain up to a Spec 3 facility. That's kind of the plan. Alternatively, oh, that's 30 mil. That's 5 mil. That's 30 mil. Oh dear, that is quite the jump. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream this morning. It's been great fun. We got a win and a second place. Should have been 2 wins, but, you know, is what it is. Looking at it from the perspective of the championship, Bottas does take the lead with his... he only has... That was his first win of the season there in France. Lewis Hamilton only with 1 win in Vietnam. Charles Leclerc does have 2 wins in Australia and in Azerbaijan. Max Verstappen's got a pair of wins. Albon's got a win. Ocon got a win in China. Completely forgot about that. Lando Norris got a podium there as well. So, but we bounced back. You know, we got win and fastest lap in Canada. And we got second place in France. Austria, we should have another good one. Britain, I'm a little bit concerned on how that is, how that's going to go. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and of course subscribe for future updates and content that comes to the channel. We do happen to have, what do we happen to have? We've got, my Twitter is in the description, as well as the team's Twitter. Good old Team Incompetent, that Twitter is in the description. So I would recommend checking those out. And of course, join the Discord, you know, that's where you get a lot of updates as well. The wonderful Freaky Fungus in chat was nice enough to get a nice little Discord set up. So I'd recommend joining that, you know. It's worthwhile. It's helpful. It's got a bunch of auto stuff in there, it's cool. I'm running out of words to say. So, yeah. So, don't know if I'll be live again at any other point today. Might be, might not be. Who knows? Just keep an eye on Twitter is my best piece of advice. And if you guys have enjoyed, hopefully you'll be back. I know I will be. Well, of course, I kind of have to be. You know, it's kind of not my job to be, but... you get what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm getting quite hungry. I'm gonna go and investigate the lunch situation, chat. I haven't eaten yet. I'm a hungry boy. So, thanks once again. I'm rambling. I'm gonna just go. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, and I'll catch you later.